picture this, a world buzzing with people, so caught up in their own stuff that they've kind of forgotten what really matters. It's loud, it's chaotic, and honestly, a bit of a mess. But in the middle of all this noise, there's this one guy, Noah. Noah was different. He was a good man, a family man, who walked with God in a world that had turned its back. One day, God spoke to Noah, not in a thunderous voice from the clouds, but like a deep, knowing feeling in his heart. God saw the state of the world and was heartbroken. He told Noah, "I'm going to hit the reset button, Noah. A great flood is coming to wash everything clean and start over. But I want to save you and your family." Imagine Noah's face, a flood. To cover the entire world? It must have sounded completely insane. Then came the instructions, build an ark. Not just a boat, but a massive, 3-story vessel made of gopher wood, sealed with pitch. It needed to be long enough to hold a football field, wide enough for a highway, and tall as a 4-story building. God gave him the exact blueprint. And the passenger list? Not just Noah, his wife, the 3 sons, Ham and Japheth and their wives. God told him to gather 2 of every kind of animal on earth, the lions, the giraffes, the tiny ants, the soaring eagles, a male and a female of each. This wasn't just about survival. It was about preserving life itself. So Noah got to work. Can you imagine the scene? Day after day, for years and years, the sound of sawing and hammering filled the air. People probably stopped and stared. They must have laughed, pointed fingers, and called him crazy. Look at old Noah building a giant boat in the middle of dry land. Has he lost his mind? But Noah didn't listen to the noise. He just kept his head down, focused on the task, his faith stronger than any doubt. His family worked right alongside him, a small team against the world, trusting in a promise they couldn't yet see. Finally, the day came. The ark was finished. And then the most incredible parade in history began. From every corner of the world, animals started showing up to buy too. The sloths, the cheetahs, the kangaroos, the penguins all walking, crawling, and flying, not in a panic, but peacefully, as if they knew this was their safe place. They calmly boarded the ark, finding their spots inside the massive structure. Once everyone was aboard Noah's family, and all the animals, God himself sealed the door from the outside. A moment of silence. A sense of finality. And then the first drop of rain fell. Then another, and another. Soon, it wasn't just rain, it was a downpour. The sky opened up, and water gushed from the ground. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Relentlessly, the world outside the ark slowly disappeared beneath the rising water inside. It was a whole different world. The gentle rocking, the sounds of the animals. The quiet prayers of a family holding on to hope they were safe. Floating on a sea of God's promise. For months they drifted, trusting that the storm would eventually pass. And it did. One day, the rain stopped. The waters slowly began to recede. Noah sent out a raven, then a dove. The dove came back. He waited and sent it out again. This time, it returned with a fresh olive leaf in its beak, a sign of new life, a sign that land was near. Finally, the 3rd time, the dove didn't come back at all. The world was ready again. When the ark finally rested on the mountains of Ararat, God said, "It's time." Noah opened the door, and they stepped out into a clean, fresh, new world. The air was pure. The sun felt warmer than ever. The first thing they did was build an altar and thank God. And as they did, God made a promise not just to Noah, but to all of us. He put a rainbow in the sky, a beautiful arc of color, as a sign of his covenant. He promised he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. That rainbow is a reminder that even after the biggest storms, there is always hope, a new beginning, and a promise of love and renewal. It's a story that tells us to have faith, even when the world calls you crazy, and to trust that there's a plan bigger than we can see. Thanks for watching.